Welcome to May Energy Overview, wise people. A bit of a breather, energetically speaking, with all the personal planets finally direct, no more eclipses or very hard aspects. However, with Neptune and Saturn both entering Aries, we will enter uncharted territories too. Stay till the end. I've pulled some cards for guidance, and I will give you the significance of each of them at the end. But first, let's have a look at May and let's talk about the things that we do have some idea about. With Mars finally direct, we'll feel more energized, motivated, and ready for taking action. On the 1st, Venus, which was also direct, entered Aries, reigniting the areas of money, pleasure, and creativity. Today, on the 2nd, forming its third and last conjunction with Neptune, this time in Aries, we'll feel less dreamy and confused, more ready to stand in our power and our own individuality. This alignment happens for the first time since 1874. So be ready to fulfill your own needs, wants, and ambitions. However, do not allow Neptune to keep you under any illusion. Make sure to stay real, make good judgment calls, and discern what's real and reliable from what is just an illusory moment. On the 4th, Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is reviewing the new power shifting before continuing its mission of old structures destruction. And it's not just the outdated, manipulative, collective ones, but our own individual foundations too. Have we been authentic and true to ourselves? Or just conformed to the norms, systems, society, family, caving in under the pressure and let them and or the money fears control our life? On the 12th, we have a full moon in Scorpio, which will be opposite Uranus and the Sun in Taurus, and trine Saturn, which at the time will still be in Pisces. It may feel a bit unhinged, a little wild. Expect a shake up and hidden stuff or stuff that we've been avoiding to come to light to the forefront. With Mars, the ruler of this full moon, being in Leo, we may be shown how we get in our own way, dimming our own shine and blocking our opportunities. The good news is about this, that it will also be an aha moment, a breakthrough of some sort, and what once seemed a mess can become a long-term reliable solution. Then on the 18th, we have the Sun conjunct Uranus. Most likely that what we thought for a long time to be it turns out to be not. We've changed, and so did our concepts and perception of things. Then on the 20th, the Sun enters Gemini. It will be a good time for learning, studying, and networking. On the 22nd, Venus trine Mars will give us another nudge to focus and take action on our own needs, wants, new goals, and desires. On the 24th, Mercury will be conjunct Uranus in Taurus. There will be another unexpected move from Uranus in the way we think, communicate, and understand something to do with our financial stability or our romantic life. So a shift coming. On the 25th, as Saturn enters Aries, where it will be in its fall, joining Neptune, we ought to prepare for a cycle of deep restructuring. Get ready for quite a ride. Saturn is the stern father figure, the teacher, the taskmaster, the keeper of what is right, true, and reliable. So if we were on the wrong path, we'll be redirected. If we were slacking, we'll be admonished. For who's been lazing, lying, stealing, judging, gossiping, you get the picture, any of that low vibe share, karma will be served. It won't be pretty, but it will be necessary. The way to correct things is taking responsibility, doing some weightlifting, self-actualizations, and finally doing what is long overdue. On the 26th, we will have a new moon in Gemini that will bring a conclusion and insight into something that's been on our mind since March. Will be sextile Saturn in Aries and trine Pluto in Aquarius, inviting us to strategize and think smarter, better, and long term. On the 29th, we have a Mercury Kazimi, what is also called in the heart of the sun or the lap of the king. And as Mercury is already at home and the energy will be so magnified, there will be extra mind power, higher level of intelligence that can give us that light bulb moment. May is filled with bright, beautiful energy, albeit some serious tones and unexpected turns of events, but we just have to uphold the core values, keep the faith, and show resilience. Be resilient. It was never promised to be easy, but has always proven to be worth it. So let's see what we got as guidance from the runes. We have Isa, which is rune number 11 and speaks about a moment of change and of important decision that will affect us and those around as well. As always, no matter how we look at it and what tools we use, the energy is congruent and leads in the same direction, gives us the same insight in different ways. But that's good because repetition is needed and practice makes perfect. In terms of relationship, you may have, and it's very much about relationships, to be fair, with Venus being so active this month and being in Aries, which is about the self. Venus is about love and pleasure, money as well. But in terms of relationships, actually, to be fair, that being said, even in terms of money, we will have to make decisions, and whatever was not solid and long lasting, or what seemed to be but actually proven not to be, will have to be rebuilt, and the decisions we will make will obviously affect not just us but those around as well. Don't rush into making the decision, but know that that time is coming practically. And the option is better, just as an indicator. You don't have to rush, but you have to be prepared, because success happens where opportunity meets preparation. So it's important to know that this important decision is coming up in the area of love or money or both, and prepare yourself and know that the new alternative is actually a better one. So hopefully that helps and gives you an indication or some confirmation. For some, it can be a case of deciding whether to stay in an existing relationship or to actually call it quits. If you're single, you may have to make a decision between two people actually. So of course you need time, and of course it's good to know in advance and be prepared. Know that the decision you're making now is going to affect you for the long-term future as well. The advice here is, do not also because it's the advice of the rune, but it's also the advice considering Neptune being in the mix with Venus. Do not make decisions based on a potential, but on actually what is already showing signs, or if you need to take some time, do so. So it's not an illusion. I hope it makes sense and that it helps. Then from the Lenormand, where is it? I don't even know where it is, the deck, but I do have the booklet here. It is the Lenormand. I've picked number 18, but in reverse, which says solitude, self-pity, inability to make decisions. So again, we are being warned about decisions, having to make a decision and preparing, because otherwise we won't be able to make that decision. And obviously it is time and it is very important. And then number 20, which was which is also came up in reverse, and it speaks about obscured happiness, burdensome secrets to be kept. So if you don't make a decision, practically you're stopping yourself from being happy, and you will have to carry on with things as they are, and they don't look very pretty. They don't seem really nice. There seem to be secrets that have to be kept, and to be fair, at some point I don't feel that it can happen forever. Secrets never stay hidden forever. Nothing ever stays hidden forever. So obviously this decision moment and decision making are paramount. And then last but not least, we have number 9, which came up right, thank God. Speaks about bouquet and says always think positively and fight uncertainty and fear. So don't let uncertainty stop you from making a decision. You can gather information and get your ducks in a row, but you still have to make a decision, and don't let fear get in the way. It's just the only warning practically about making the decision as illusion. But I suppose everyone is mature enough to understand the difference between reality and illusion. Illusion is when you base something on the potentiality, on what it could be, whereas reality is like you have some facts and you are aware to a certain degree of how things can go based on the information that you already have at hand. And you can still gather some information practically, but yeah. And it says considerable improvement is already underway, and then gift improvement healing. So you can make things better as you get to know more and to understand more, and you can heal as well, which is a very, very important step in the process, because nothing will change until we heal. The unconscious and the subconscious will keep running the show until we actually free ourselves from those wounds and reprogram practically our mind and change our mindset. That's when the future will shift as well. So I really hope this helped, and I don't know if I asked you to subscribe. If you haven't, it's free and it will help the channel. I would be very grateful. Other people would get to see this if the channel gets traction, gathers traction, and you will contribute to that, and I'll be really grateful. Obviously, let me know how it resonates, if it does, and do like the video if it resonated with you. Thank you, and until next time, be loved and be happy.